If you're stuck in the Stone Age in Heroes of History Epic Empire, and you have no idea if you're progressing the right way, stop. Because going from Stone Age to Age of Franks can either make your account incredibly strong or completely ruin your building progression. And most beginners realize their mistakes only after they reach the Byzantine Era. In Heroes of History Epic Empire gameplay, the early progression from Stone Age to Age of Franks looks simple, but is actually where most players destroy their long-term account progression. And the reason is simple. Every era unlock changes how your economy, heroes and buildings work, especially when you reach two huge milestones, the Minoan Era and Byzantine Era. There are two eras completely change your progression, speed and your city development. So in this video, I'm going to show you exactly what to expect in every stage, what each era unlock, and what mistakes you should avoid, and how to fix your building if you're rushing too fast through the eras. So here's exactly what we're going to cover in this video. Stone Age early progression, what beginners should focus on when starting. Bronze era progression, how the economy and buildings start scaling. And first major milestone, this is Minoan Era, why this era changed progression speed. And obviously it's going to be the second major milestone. This is going to be the Byzantine Era, what new mechanics unlock there. And I'm going to give you a little tip at the end of the video how to fix your building problems if you progress too fast. The biggest issues many players are facing. So let's start with the Stone Age and the early progression, what beginners should focus when they're starting. Now in this era, everything is going to happen extremely fast. I want to point out this thing, there's just not that many researches, as you can see, so the player is just having more dopamine hits. Here, this should be extremely fast and very easy for every player. What you should focus is just to have some farms, basically unlocking the raw farm and having some workers farms and workers. This is everything that you're going to need. Don't focus that much over modern culture side and stuff like this. Is going to be later in this game, but in general this is what you have to focus here. Just progress as fast as you can. So let's jump over the next one, which is the Bronze Era. Bronze Era is absolutely the same. It's basically just building. Here we start actually having more buildings, like for example Bronze Sentinel, unlock heavy infantry barracks. Here you start actually training your troops that are part from your heroes, which is actually very important. We have also siege barracks, we're having archery. We're also having the cavalry barracks. This is important buildings we're going to see later when we start speaking about the heroes and the troops with them. But yeah, this is the second era. From Bronze Era, we finally start hitting the first milestone, and this is going to be the Minoan Era. And before I jump into the Minoan Era and share with you what very important thing happened in this era, make sure you hit one like, also subscribe for more Heroes of History Epic Empire content, and turn the bell notification so every time I post a video, you're going to get notification, or if I go live. And if you want to support my work even further, you can become a member of this channel. So what is happening in the Minoan Era or Minoan Era? Well, again, we're going to have the important buildings, which is going to be unlocking heavy infantry. From here, you're always going to have one level of the infantry, obviously the siege barracks, the farms, basically everything. But something very important happened, and this is at this research. I want to, point out this research. Basket waving. Here, unlock small home upgrade and removing the existing building limits. So right now you can build as much small homes as you can. Till this point, you're going to struggle from not having enough workers. Even when I start actually playing this game, I'm going to share with you one mistake I make. I buy the luxury house, luxury home, and I was like, oh my god, maybe I have to focus over the luxury. I buy it with the gems, and maybe I'm going to upgrade it like normal home. No, you buy it with the gems, you have to upgrade it with the gems, and these gems can buy you territory. So this is a mistake I make at this because I was basically put it to the wall, not having workers. I was desperate to get some workers, and I make obviously this mistake getting the luxury home. So here the problem with the workers is going to stop. If you're going to experience that. So this is why it's one of the main one of the milestones till the age of Franks, because you're no longer going to have some kind of building limits. So from here again we continue. There's going to be cavalry upgrades. Obviously it's going to be at different stages: the heavy infantry, the cavalry, the infantry alone. It's going to be at different stages, but it's basically the same. Even at the end you're going to get a second upgrade for the heavy infantry. The easiest way you can see what you're going to receive, for example, for let's say heavy infantry, that is right now, this is the heavy infantry. If you upgrade, you're going to see what you're going to receive, how much defense, how much attack, and etc. Basically everything is here. And if you're looking when you should actually be able to upgrade, you're going to just click here and it's going to show you. Now right now, if I open this research, I'm going to be able to have a heavy infantry. This is going to be unlocking the siege barracks right now for me personally. But let's get back for Minoan Era. As I mentioned, yeah, you can actually open one more time the heavy infantry and the siege. Now, classical Greece, nothing special here in my opinion. Basically just the same. Keep progressing, nothing special here. Same for the early Rome. Nothing special also here. I know some of these things is not going to have something crazy going on. There's not going to be something crazy going on, but there is some places where the things hit very hard. Now here, this is the Roman Empire. Here I want to point out something. Unlock a tower upgrade. Now with each of the levels, you're going to see that you're going to have these buildings because we're close to Byzantine Era, and I want to, how to say it, prepare you guys. So this is something, the cape we saw. I'm going to just take out myself. As you can see, this is from the beginning. This is the wall. We're going for the next tower, the next tower, the next one, and finally we finish with the cape. Okay, so far so good. Nothing crazy going on, and this is going to be the final update you're going to make actually on these buildings. This is in the Roman Empire. You're going to have the cape and cape production, same for this goblet production and mosaic production. This is going to be the wasp building from this, the wasp upgrade and the wasp production from this type of buildings so far. And obviously you're going to have the same archery, heavy infantry, and etc. Nothing special here also, I want to point out this. But in the Byzantine era, things actually switch drastically. You're going to be presented with the new, how to say it, with new upgrades. This is going to be unlock the Carpentier. This is completely new building. Unlock blank production. You're going to also this one, Spice Merchant, unlock Spice Merchant, unlock Pepper Production, and finally it's going to be unlock Scribe, unlock Parchment Production. So these buildings is going to be your production from here. You're going to need this building. Now still maybe you're going to need from the previous era some materials in form of goods, something that you're going to get in the Roman Empire. As you can see, I was sitting a lot in the Roman Empire, and this is one of the main reasons I'm currently making this video, just to show you guys that the switch from Roman Empire to Byzantine Era is way more different. Here you're having completely different productions and materials. So you have to adapt. How you can adapt? Well, you have to sell. You have to, for example, remove this stone mansion. In my case, right now I'm not going to remove it because I don't have money to buy something, but this is not going to be something that you're going to need. Even that right now I'm in the age of Franks, which is after the Byzantine era. This is the materials I'm needing. I'm going to need this one, from here. As you can see, this is the materials. This is the next level, by the way. This is the next level that you're going to get from here. But still, this is actually an upgrade. I want to point out this thing, that this is actually an upgrade that can start producing ink. So it's like the first type of building, but different type, and you start basically from the beginning. This switch is going to cost so much money in form of gold. That's why I want to stress out over the Byzantine era, because it's a game changer. You're going to need a lot of gold here just to replace the old factory and old productions with the new productions that you're going to need for your buildings in the Byzantine era, and obviously in the age of Franks. Now I'm expecting somewhere in the future this thing also to happen, maybe in the feudal age or Iberian era or Kingdom of Sicily. I have no idea. I'm expecting to have again switch like this, but so far for me this switch actually happened in the Byzantine era. That's why I want to stress out that this is the second biggest milestone you're going to have in Heroes of History Epic Empire. So from there, obviously you're going to start selling this type of buildings. I'm slowly progressing in this direction, selling those productions, but here you're going to also have some problems with the workers here also, because this stone mansion is needing only 3 workers. And if I go, for example, in the Spice Merchant, it's actually needing 5 workers. Yes, it's like 2 workers difference, but this is 66% increasing of how many workers you're currently needing in one Spice Merchant or one of the new buildings, because it's same for the woods, it's absolutely same for the scribe, and it's same for the Spice Merchant, all of them needing 5. Till, for example, here you need only 3. For this shop here you need only 3, and for example here you only need like 3. So it's also workers that increase when you're jumping in the in the Byzantine era, which mean more homes. You have to just create more homes. Now from here, something interesting, I cannot say that there is something crazy wild that is happening. Now you're going to have some buildings here and there, but like for example, I need to have 1 free worker, but Hero Academy, for example, you can basically, if you have like 3 workers, you can start producing this thing, you can level up this one, or you can just delete it. I'm going to go at this point, at the end of the video, what to do and how to fix building problems if you progress too fast. Now, how you can actually progress too fast? It's pretty easy. You spent all of your gold here. You spent all of your stamina to buy this, these materials and etc. Something that I did. Now, in case like this, don't go from the beginning to start leveling up those buildings. Like, for example, here. Not actually this one. For example, here. To have these materials in the next level, to have the other materials and etc. Just sell the building and build completely new building with the new materials that you're currently having right now. Not actually spending for each level different materials and gold. Just go sell the building and build it again. Way more easy to be achieved, because in the progress, for example, you may not have quartz, for example, or maybe this thing, you may not have it on the next level because it's going to be different. Look how many different goods. This is from Minoan Era. From the classic goods, I may not have toga, for example, or maybe from early Rome, I don't have tunic or stone tablet or goblet. It didn't actually matter. There can be an issue on the way when you are upgrading a building. Just sell the building and build it again. This is what I will do if I find out that I don't have resources. But if you're making some crazy changes, you cannot know all the resources you're actually going to need. So the moment you finish your resources, just sell the buildings and build it again. So yeah, and finally we're talking about the Age of Ranks. I'm at the beginning. I have no idea what to expect here, but yeah. So yeah, guys, if you get that far in this video, make sure to hit one like. It helps a lot my channel and my work. Also subscribe for more Heroes of History Epic Empire content and turn the bell notification, so every time a video like this appear or I go live, you're going to have information and you can join me even live. I'm going to put one video here. It can be interesting for you. So far, I wish you a great day and see you in the next video.